Hey guys, how are you? You got me, Neil the Deal here, Boxing 101, Mondays, 8:30, talkinfight.com. Thanks a lot for coming out. I always appreciate the likes, the shares, the subscriptions, all the stuff you guys have been doing for all of the hosts has been absolutely fantastic. I want to thank you very much, as usual. And the comments have been coming in fast and furious, and I'm having a great time over here. Hope you are too. So let's just get right into the show here. Let's talk a little bit about the fights that were on last weekend. We previewed them last week on Monday. So we're going to start it off there and move down the ladder right down to the new fights coming up this weekend. All right, the first fight we're going to talk about was Franco versus Ioka 2. That was in Tokyo, and it was a very close fight. It was like I say, it was a grudge kind of thing. They had a majority draw the first time they fought in Tokyo, and this fight was no different, guys. If you want to go check it out on YouTube. It was a great fight, and yes, Ioka took it down. In the end, Ioka took it down. I did take Ioka in the fight, so boom, there's a winner right there. If you're putting a little ding down, want to make a little hay, you know what I mean? That's a winner right there, Ioka. And the odds on that were pretty close. So you probably anybody who took Ioka on that one pretty much made a little bit of money. So that was the first one we were talking about. Great fight. I enjoyed it. Check it out. It was a fantastic fight. The second one that we were talking about was Belarga versus Quigley, Jason Quigley. Now that was a very interesting fight. That was at MSG, the Mecca, it's the biggest place in the world. You always want to put on your spectacular performances when you're in Madison Square Gardens. It's the place you want to really show your talent. And Belarga was a big time favorite. He did take it down. Belarga did, but it was he pretty much won almost every round. I wouldn't say every round. He did get knocked down once. I think it was around the ninth round, eighth round, somewhere around there. And he kind of had a smile on his face. He was kind of joking around like, "Oh wow, you actually still got something left in the tank there." Quigley had, but that overhand left kind of surprised Belarga. He didn't have a spectacular. I thought he was going to have a really spectacular fight, but he was mediocre, moderate at best. So I was a little surprised about that. It was his first fight under Matchroom Eddie Hearn. So, and he's got a multi-fight deal. So I don't know with that display. I don't think he's going to get to the big boys. He's certainly not in league with Canelo, guys like that, et cetera, et cetera. So, Belarga, you better step it up a little bit, buddy. You got all the talent in the world, but Quigley didn't look so good, guys. If you go check out the fight, Mr. Quigley looked a little battered, bruised, and beaten after this one, but he put a valiant effort in there, like most Irishmen do. They don't give up very much, but they just really don't have the skills, I think, to compete on the higher end levels. The Irish are great. I have no problem with them, but Belarga in this one was just a little bit better than Quigley. So I took Belarga. Boom, 2 for 2. So there you go. If you're putting down a little bit of money on that one, you got yourself a winner in Belarga. Now the last one we were talking about last week was Adames versus J. Rock Williams. That was again a fantastic fight. It started off. It was pretty much head to head, toe to toe. They basically, to me, I looked. It was pretty even, and then Adames sort of started taking over. He was a little concerned closer to the end of the fight. J. Rock, I think, ran out of gas, and Adames took it down. J. Rock, I don't know. He put a really good fight. He had a good fight plan. He had a good fight. He just couldn't bury the biscuit. You know what I mean? So Adames took it down, and I took Adames in that fight. Check it out, Adames and Williams. It was a great fight. Unified past champion against the champion, and it was a hell of a fight. So I took Adames, and boom, 3 for 3. So on the prediction levels of last week, we are 100%. I think the week before we were 100%, if I'm not correct. I think so. We're doing all right here. So if you guys want to make a little money for the long weekend this weekend, there is some opportunity here, and we're going to talk about it. Let me just get this. It's so hot, and oh my gosh, here in Toronto, it is really humid. So I don't have any air conditioning here, so it's a little hot today. Anyways, moving right on. So the first fight we're going to talk about this week, actually all the fights I'm going to talk about this week are on Saturday, July 1st, which is Canada Day. It's one of our favorite days. It's pretty much my favorite day. I got a lot of stuff planned that date, which includes obviously boxing, but there's also going to be barbecues and get-togethers and stuff. So be safe out there, whatever you're doing. It is Canada Day. Enjoy yourselves and have fun with the kids or family and friends, whatever you guys are doing. I know I will. So the first fight we're going to talk about is, again, Saturday, July 1st, 2023. It is from the Huntington Centre in Toledo, USA. It's a 10-round heavyweight clash between Jared Anderson and Charles Martin. Anderson versus Martin. Big fight. I mean, Anderson is I've been watching him for a couple of years. He looks pretty much fantastic. Like I don't know. He's got a little bit to learn, like everybody does anyways, but he really does have natural talent. Kind of a guy that he's a really good fighter. That's all I got to tell you. This fight is going to be really good. Martin is no slouch either, so we'll go over the tail of the tape here, see exactly what's going on. We got Anderson. He's 23 years old. He's just pretty much he's been around a while, but he's only 23. Martin's 37, so that's a pretty big gap of age. That's a big gap. Anderson is 14-0 with 14 KOs. Bam! He knocked them all out. Boom! Not even one survivor yet. 100% KO percentage. There you go. Martin's 29, no slouch. 29, 3-1 with 26 KOs. That gives him a 90% knockout ratio. So this guy's giving it too. Boom, boom. These guys are going to be going at it large. So if it's a fight that you guys, are questioning, I wouldn't question it. I think this is going to be a slugfest. Both these guys got massive knockout power. It's going to be a great fight. I really truly believe they both have skill. Anderson is ranked. Martin is not ranked. Anderson is ranked 8th by the WBA, 9th by the WBC, and 7th by the WBO. And that bout is actually in the heavyweight. It's a 10-round heavyweight division. So big fight. Big fight. So that's going to be held on the boob tube there, ESPN Plus in the U.S., Sky Sports Action in the United Kingdom, and U.S. Streams will be handling the live streaming for that. Ring walk is 11 p.m. Eastern Standard Time, 8 p.m. Pacific Standard Time, and 4 a.m. British Standard Time. So pretty early over there in England. But it really looks good. And I believe the action is going to start in Britain around 2 a.m. because there's going to be some pre-stuff going on. And in the States, it'll probably start ESPN 6:10. That'll be Eastern Standard Time, and 3:10 in the Pacific out there in the West Coast. So around 3 o'clock if you're there in California, want to check it out. So I'm really looking forward to this fight. Both these guys are monsters. The odds are looking big time. Jared Anderson is favored. He's minus 910, meaning you got to put up $910 to win $100. And if you want for that big time upset, Martin is plus 650. So you put up 100, Martin takes him down, you win $650. There's a bunch of prop bets in there too. I'm sure you guys can find them. Always go to BetStamp, Mikey Orr and BetStamp. We all know BetStamp. We love BetStamp here at talkinfight.com. So if you're looking to do something and you want to lay down some stuff, check out BetStamp. It's the best way to go. So moving right on. That looks like a really good one, guys. Check it out. Moving right on to the next one here. It's going to be the undercard, actually, of that fight. And it's only a 2-fight card. Both heavyweights. 2 heavyweight battles in Toledo. So the guy the other guy is actually, and the other fight is actually a really good fight. It could be probably a co-main event anywhere else. We got this Arsatabek Makhavadov. There's a mouthful. Versus Rafael Akpegjaliari. There's another mouthful. But these guys are some big-time heavyweights. They're in a 10-round heavyweight division. The fight, we got, we'll just call him Arstakadabek. I guess, or we'll just call him AB or something. So AB is 16-0. He's got 15 knockouts. So he's definitely got some power, if you know what I mean. 16-0 with 15 knockouts. That gives him a 94% knockout percentage, which is massive. And Rafael is now no slouch at 15-0 with 14 knockouts. So That's a 93% knockout ratio. They're 1% off each other. So they're both undefeated. They're heavyweights, and it's going to be a very, very interesting fight. That's the undercard of the first fight we were talking about. And so if you're checking it out, check it out. It should be a blast, definitely. Now, we're going to move on to one more fight. I was checking out this weekend. It's a Saturday, July 1st, 2023 from Uni Haley, Wuppertal, Germany. This is a big fight in Germany. And I've been starting to get into a little more into the European fighting. Mike and me have been talking about it. Mike's been following it quite extensively. And there are some big cards over there in Germany and other spots other than just England, if you know what I mean, and Japan and stuff. So this is a big one for me. I checked it out. I really liked it. It's a Vincenzo Gualtieri or Gualtieri, Vincenzo Gualtieri versus Esquiva Falcao. So that's Gualtieri versus Falcao. It's 12 rounds in the middleweight division. That's 160 pounds, 11.4 stone, 72.6 kilograms. So the contest is actually for a title. It's for the vacant IBF middleweight championship of the world. So that'll be interesting. There is the big belt on the line. And these guys, again, are no slouches. Vincenzo is 20-0 with one draw. He's got 7 KOs. That gives him not a great knockout percentage, 35%. But he's still got the wins. He's undefeated. And Falcao, amazingly enough, is 30-0, guys. 30-0. So it's 20-0 versus 30-0. And he's got something like 20 knockouts. Falcao, that gives him like a 67% knockout ratio. Vincenzo is number 3 ranked by the IBF. And Falcao is actually number 1 ranked by the IBF and number 4 by the WBC. Ring walk is 8 p.m. UTC, 4 p.m. Eastern Standard Time, 1 p.m. Pacific Time, and 9 p.m. British Standard Time. I'm pretty sure. Can't even read my own writing anymore. So, anyways, that fight is going to be another beauty. Okay, so check them out. That's what I got for you. So basically, there's an undercard on that one too. There is one more fight I was kind of looking at, and I kind of like it. It's on that card we just talked about, and it's going to be a Etanoza Oliala versus Julio Almas or something. Almas. It's a 12-rounder in the middleweight division again. Boy, these guys. Oliha is 17-0, right? With 8 knockouts, give him a 56% knockout percentage. And Alamos is 16-0 with 9 knockouts. So everybody is pretty much undefeated that we're talking about, other than one guy, I believe he had three losses and a draw or something. But these guys are all undefeated. Olia is number 12 by the WBO and number 12 by Ring Magazine. So check that out. That's the undercard there. I'm sure it's going to be a great fight. There's a whole bunch of other stuff going on. There's fights on Sunday if you guys are interested. So check it out. I hope you have a good time. I'm going to go through this just quick with my predictions on those fights. So let's start it from the beginning. The Jared Anderson, Charles Martin fight. I'm taking Anderson. All right. I think Anderson's going to take it down. He's just a little younger. Probably got a little more pop in the pop. So I'm going to take Anderson with like a 9th round KO, TKO, something of that sort. I think Martin can stick in there for a while. But I'm taking Anderson, even though it's minus 910. I'm not probably putting any money on it. I might look for a prop bet, but I'm taking Anderson there. The undercard, I think I'm going to go with Rafael for the win. Akapedjalari. I'll take Akapedjalari with the win. The 10-round heavyweight undercard. I'm going to take him. I like the way he looks in some of the fights I've seen him in. So I'm going to take him. Basically, I'm going to take him in like the 7th round, knockout 6th or 7th. TKO, KO, something of that sort. Then we got Gualtieri and Falcao. I think I'm going to go with Falcao. I like the way Falcao's been coming together. It's for the IBF middleweight championship of the world. Falcao looks good to me. I'm going to take him. That's going to be a tough fight. I think it's going to go all the way, probably a split decision or a unanimous decision for Falcao. And that's basically what I got for that one. And the last one, Olihala and Alamos. I think I'm going to go. That's a tough one because these guys are basically really, really even guys. But I'm going to go with Ohala. He's got a ranking too, right? So we'll see what happens. Both these guys, they're pretty even. So I'll go with Ohala. I'll say split decision all the way, or unanimous decision. So I think it'll go all the way. So those are my predictions for this week, guys. Thanks a lot for coming out again here, Boxing 101 with me, Neil the Deal. I want to say hi to everybody out there. Sonia, how are you? Nice to see you if you're out there. And all my other friends and family. Thanks a lot for all the support here at talkinfight.com. And check us out later this week. Me and Mikey will be doing a bunch of stuff. We'll be on the Friday night panel with the big man, two-time heavyweight world champion Tim Witherspoon. We'll be doing the knockout of the week again on Sunday. And you never know, we got a couple other things up our sleeve. So, again, always, guys, get better, not bitter. Come on out. Check me out. Mondays, 8:30, talkinfight.com. Have yourselves a great week and be safe on Canada Day and the whole weekend. It's a long weekend. Take your time. Drink as much as you want. Just don't drive. All right? Get a designated driver or get a cab. All right. Have yourselves a good time. We'll see you next week. Take care. All right. Bye-bye.